Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alan Joins, Mayor of Winston-Salem, and welcome you to this unveiling of re-unveiling, I guess, of a wonderful piece of art that's been in our community for a number of years. Just went through a restoration and a repurposing a little bit, so we're looking forward to hearing more about that. We thank all the parties that were involved, particularly SECCA and the city who paid for this. I want to thank the Public Art Commission, the DENT, Creative Reuse Center and Art Laboratory that was involved in this, as well as WSTA, our transit authority, who is a key part of that, and we have speakers for that. This particular project is, I guess, where's Councilmember Scipio? Is in the East Ward, right? Mm-hmm. And so Councilmember Scipio, I'm going to call on her for a few remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Welcome to the East Ward, where we soar on the winds of change. And sometimes change is just here all the time, like this wonderful wall, a memorial wall done 21 years ago. That's an example of things that were. We have artifacts of things that people said made them think of our community. I wonder what it's going to be like 50 years from now. Can we remember some of the things that are in this wall? Will hubcaps even be used 50 years from now on all of our flying machines? No more cars? What was stunning as you look at it, you may see something that sort of triggers your memory. I saw there's a hairbrush and some combs. As a child, as a little girl, if you're a girl, you remember what it was like to have to always get your hair brushed and combed. What a torture it was. But it was something that had to be done. So I hope that as we look at this wall, we'll remember all of the wonderful people that this wall represents, all of the wonderful qualities of life that this city holds for all of us. We have a wonderful city, and we must keep it that way. It was a city of challenges for some, hardships for others. But when we think about the heart and the soul of this city, for everyone, there was always something that was good, some cherished memories. And that's what this wall is about, cherished memories. So as we unveil it again, we're happy that it's been restored. We hope that over the years we'll continue to make sure it lasts. But I ask you to record your memories. Think about those good times. Write it down. Share it with others. One day you may not be here, but 50 years from now, whatever you say, whatever you do, whatever you leave will last. Thank you guys for coming out, and we hope that you'll be here, I think on Friday night or Saturday? Friday night for the gallery hop, and enjoy the wall some more. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember. We also have Councilmember Jeff McIntosh from the Northwest Ward, and Jeff is going to give us the thumbs up and go on. So thank you, Jeff. As Councilmember Scipio mentioned, Mr. Imagination did this piece of work in 1999. Gregory Warmack unfortunately died in 2012, I think it was. So we're celebrating his work as a lasting legacy for us here. There was a team comprised of David Brown, Aaron Gibbons, Derrick and Duncan Lewis, who actually did the hard lifting and the restoration on this. We'll hear more about that, I'm sure. Let me now call on William Carpenter, who's the Executive Director of SECCA, who is a key part of this, and thank you for your financial and other support.
Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Just a few quick words. SECCA is very proud and honored to be a part of this. 21 years ago, as part of a residency, Mr. Imagination worked with SECCA and most importantly the community members to put this wonderful wall together. we were fortunate enough to have our some restricted funds in our public art account, and we couldn't think of a better way to bring them back to the community than to help renew and restore this wonderful monument. And the only thing I'd like to say is that public art, of course, represents the beauty, and it gives us something nice to look at and something to interact with while we're here. But I think even equally important is that public art is a symbol of what a city values, what it takes seriously, and what it thinks is important. And this wall clearly represents that we believe in collaboration. We believe in creativity. We believe in not just looking to the past, but using that past to drive us forward. And with that message, SECCA is really proud to be a part of this. So thank you for the opportunity, and good luck with everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Call on Robert Garcia, who is the chairman of our board of the Winston-Salem Transit Authority, right in there, front door, back door, and say thank you for your support of this as well, Robert. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, thank you everyone first of all for attending. A lot of gratitude, a lot of thanks have gone out, of course, to the city, the Public Arts Commission of the City of Winston-Salem. Thank you for this, and of course SECCA. Thank you for this. I know Miss Donna Woodson, who runs a show here at Winston. She's very excited about having this done and this piece of artwork. Earlier this week, I was with the mayor and we were doing the Walk of Fame at the Benton Convention Center, and I remember you saying, Mayor, you know, this is the City of Arts. And again, twice in 1 week, we're celebrating the arts of Winston-Salem, which is really nice. And it's just so nice. I've lived here for 26 years. Winston-Salem is my home. I'm very proud of this home and very proud of the city and everything that we do. You know, right now this wall is called the Memory Wall of Peace and Love. What a better, you know, right now we could use a lot of peace and love in our world. So to see faces out here during what we've been through in the last year, I think it's wonderful. Thank you everyone for attending. And on behalf of the Winston-Salem Transit Authority Board, I'd like to say thank you. Also, too, I want to recognize Ms. Woodson was here, but also, too, our former director, Mr. Art Barnes, who was here in 1999 when it was first built, has taken the time out of his busy retirement plan to join us, and he was telling me some stories about this wall. So thank you all very much. Have a blessed day, and we'll look forward to the unveiling.
So I want to call on now Endia Beal, I say it right, who is the vice chair of the Winston-Salem Public Art Commission. Ms. Beal.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Before I get started, I did want to introduce the artists that are behind this amazing restoration. If you are here, can you please just raise your hand so everyone can see you and the amazing work that we are about to unveil. To echo everyone's thoughts, thank you all so much for being here. I'm the vice chair of the Public Art Commission. Can I actually have the Public Art Commission members raise their hand as well? Because they played a very important role in making sure that this restoration, you know, look at all these beautiful faces that I see masked and unmasked, and thinking about Mr. Imagination and his thoughts, his legacy, what he wanted. And what he wanted is exactly what's in front of us right now. All of you gathering around as a community, celebrating the arts and innovation that's happening in Winston-Salem. And so all of the individual pieces are a reflection of us. I'm local, it's a reflection of our past, our present, our future. And so I'm excited to be here with this unveiling, but also to celebrate Winston-Salem and the amazing art that Mr. Imagination made. So thank you all so much for being here. On behalf of the Public Art Commission, we're happy to celebrate all the public works that are here at Winston-Salem. So thank you all again. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'm going to call on David Brown, who is head of DENT and the Creative Reuse Center and Art Laboratory, who led the effort on this guard. I'm sure you're going to tell us all the interesting things you had to do here. So,
thank you.
David.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. Hello, everybody. I have a few remarks that I want to, they're more about reflections about how this all came on about, to kind of set the history in place a little bit. In April of 2019, Lee Meekum wrote a post on social media lamenting the current state of the memory wall. And her words hit home, and I knew that I was in a unique position to offer some help. I felt a calling. I've worked in the arts for over 4 decades for 7 nationally recognized arts organizations, served on numerous advisory committees, boards, public arts commissions, including ours here, and have had the privilege of working with thousands of artists on hundreds of projects. My family and I love Winston-Salem. We've been here since '99 when I was hired to be the chief curator at SECCA. So SECCA and I have a past. Mr. I's stunning exhibition was on view at the Potter Gallery when I interviewed for the job. The wall had just been completed. So for me personally, working on this project, infusing it with a bit more life, it's been a full circle experience. The memory wall, though, remains a distant reminder of SECCA's landmark Artist and the Community series that brought in nationally celebrated artists to work with communities on issues that were important to us here in this area. In the field, we now call these efforts social engagement. You can get a degree in it. Back then, we were inventing it. The wall is an exploded version of a memory jug, that delightful Southern idiom in which faces and other objects adorned handmade ceramic and clay vessels as an homage to lost loved ones. In addition, as mentioned, we've also started this nonprofit DENT, Creative Reuse Center and Art Laboratory, which we encourage creative activities, environmental awareness, and building community by making a dent in the waste stream one art project at a time. And we're all about serious play and collaborative opportunities in which this presented itself. We felt through DENT we could be a vehicle to gain some support for the gentle restoration of this particular piece. In April of 2019, after seeing Lee's post, I contacted Kelly Bennett with the city and David Finn, who at the time was the chair of the PAC, asking if the PAC had money set aside for restoration, upkeep of works in their collection, the public art collection. David said no, but we should. Numerous conversations, meetings, community forums, news stories followed, resulting finally in the city and the PAC realizing the value in saving and restoring the memory wall, which in my view is a national treasure. Something all of the citizens here can be proud of having it. This marks an occasion to realize that today we celebrate not only the rededication of the wall in the memory of the artist and SECCA's effort, but also the other prominent African Americans associated with the design and architecture of the Transit Center, the artists Leo Drucker and Willie Birch, who did commission pieces on the inside of the structure here, the Safe Bus Company and its entire history in which this wall is dedicated to, and of course Clark Campbell, the long-serving bus driver that the center is named after. A fantastic. At this time, I also want to praise the efforts of my fellow team wall members, and they were mentioned before, Duncan Lewis, Derrick Monk, and Derrick, you show up, and Aaron Gibbons. Please join me in applauding their efforts. In closing, I wish to thank the mayor, city council members, the city of Winston-Salem, SECCA, Public Arts Commission, and the community that brought forth this project 21 years ago and as it stands now. In particular, special thanks to Kelly Bennett and the planning department and the city's PAC rep and Tina Carson-Williams of the Transit Center for not only being there and being supportive, but making all of our efforts in restoring the wall flow very smoothly. Terry Dow Dennis, who's in the audience today, and Mark Linga, formerly with SECCA's Education Department, for shepherding every step of Mr. Imagination's community efforts so long ago. All of the community members, including a number of children, who offered the hubcap, plates, heating elements, credit cards, rings, and other objects that are embedded throughout the structure. We happen to think that Mr. I has a smile on his face as I stand here, as we stand here, and maybe a twinkle in his eye, and as happy as we are that this inventive and inclusive community effort still reflects his never tiring message of peace and love. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. We have a number of city staff members here. Lee Garrity's here. See Ben Rao, our assistant city managers. Aaron King, who's the head of our planning department, who helped to push this. Of course, Kelly Bennett right back there, who is chief staff person on this. Also want to recognize Chase Law, the president of the Winston-Salem Arts Council. Glad to have you with us as well. So let me ask those who spoke on the program, as well as the team that worked with David on doing the restoration, to come up and let's do the revealing.
Group project. Group hug.
Yeah, that's right. Group hug.
All right, in 3, 2, 1.